I guess you could say we broke up because of artistic differences. He saw himself as alive, and I saw him dead.
What's up, guys? Spenny. Bill and Hillary Clinton have been political kingmakers and insiders and very powerful people, arguably the most powerful people in the world at some junctures in their lives for the better part of the last 40 years, longer than I've been alive. Yet Bill Clinton has never been asked about Jeffrey Epstein. In hundreds of thousands of hours of live interviews and press conferences and reporters surrounding them at all times, Bill Clinton has one time been asked about Jeffrey Epstein in a selfie line here where some nervous kid asks this weak-ass question and Bill Clinton's chief of staff sneaks in there. He's the guy in the beard that runs in and says, no. He says, no, don't answer that. Bill Clinton says, I think the evidence is clear. And then he looks back very creepily at the young man. Isn't that strange that no media have ever asked a question of Bill or Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton was asked one time by activist Alex Rosen.
You want somebody who's going to get up every day.
Hey, Hillary, why'd your husband visit Epstein Island 26 times?
Okay. And what happens to Alex Rosen here? Well, he gets mobbed. He gets kicked and beat to the ground. People punch him, hit him. They rip his clothes off, and they drag him out of the building. There's a protester at literally every single Trump speech. You've never seen them treated like this. Oh, they treat Alex Rosen like this. It's almost like Alex Rosen asked the question you're not allowed to ask, right? Remember when ABC News tried to ask Bill Clinton the question about Epstein?
We wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will. That also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything.
Pictures, Clinton, everything. He's talking about Virginia Roberts, who's now dead. Conveniently, of course, for anybody who may be embroiled in this Epstein scandal, because Virginia Roberts would be, well, one of the witnesses to what exactly? Well, Kevin Spacey once let the mask slip, saying that he was on a plane with Bill Clinton, a bunch of little girls.
I was very fortunate that President Clinton introduced me a lot of business leaders in London because he knew I was coming to the Old Vic. Do you know who I never asked for anything? Was Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't want to be around this guy because I felt he put the president at risk on that trip to South Africa because there were these young girls. And we were like, who is this guy? So I will say this.
There were young girls on those flights.
There were young girls on those flights, yeah.
Young girls on the flights with Bill Clinton. Wow. Jeffrey Epstein flew Bill Clinton and Kevin Spacey to Africa with young girls on the plane. And nobody's ever asked a question of Bill Clinton. Donald Trump now has fielded probably 200,000 questions about Jeffrey Epstein, but no one's asked Bill. In spite of the fact that Bill Clinton had a much closer relationship with Epstein. Epstein visited the White House 17 different times. Bill Clinton flew on the Lolita Express. Bill Clinton's name is in the Epstein documents. Epstein said Bill Clinton liked him young, according to the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. These are in the court documents. You can see them and check them out for yourself. Well, now James Comer is subpoenaing the Clintons for the first time ever in Epstein probe. Individuals being subpoenaed: Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Bill Barr, former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, and Jeff Sessions, and Loretta Lynch, and Eric Holder, and Merrick Garland, James Comey, and Robert Mueller. Those are both directors of the FBI. This is all important because the cabal of all of these individuals, the AGs and the FBI heads directly, are the ones who prevented Jeffrey Epstein from ever being prosecuted. You can see here James Comer's post, which has gone properly viral, millions of views, 25,000 likes, 9,000 reposts. House Oversight Committee is compelled the individuals to appear before depositions. And these are the aforementioned names. Will we ever get the answer to what's going on with this painting of Bill Clinton? Boy, I tell you, somebody who'd like to know, Donald Trump, who of course started his political career naming Bill Clinton on the Epstein list.
Bill Clinton.
Nice guy. Got a lot of problems coming up, in my opinion, with the famous island with Jeffrey Epstein. A lot of problems.
This is, of course, making international news because they've never had to answer for their relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Never. So everyone is celebrating this. Very good. If they refuse to appear, put them in jail like they did to Steve Bannon. Yes. Make it happen. So ready for the Mueller sequel. The original was slow motion train wreck. Could you imagine what we can do now? Ooh, there's a great list. Put Bill Barr on there. How many will plead the fifth? Hold them in contempt if they don't answer. Yes, do exactly what they did to us. The House Oversight Committee did not kill itself. The deep state's very nervous right now, says Tim Burchett. Hillary and Bill Clinton will be receiving subpoenas to testify on the Epstein files. I'm confident that the GOP oversight will shed light on all of these issues, like, I don't know, a number of times. Here's Bill Clinton with Ghislaine Maxwell on the jet. Clinton flew to Jeffrey Epstein orgy island with 2 young girls. Ghislaine Maxwell docs claim. There are videos and photos of Bill Clinton getting massages from these girls. They're publicly available. You can find them. You can find the photos. Virginia Roberts claims that this all happened on Epstein Island. They killed the story. And now Ghislaine Maxwell's been moved to a cushy new prison where they put people who are cooperating with the feds. It's called Club Fed. It's in Bryan, Texas. And Ghislaine Maxwell is put there as a gift to Ghislaine Maxwell. What happens next? Well, she had 20 hours with the DOJ, apparently giving up names, apparently answering openly and honestly. I guess, what does she have to lose? She's already in prison. Accountability is coming. Barr first. Very interesting. It's about time. It's time. Bill Clinton deposition. Gonna be some top-notch perjury. Yeah, remember last time Bill Clinton did a deposition?
That statement is a completely false statement. Whether or not Mr. Bennett knew of your relationship with Ms. Lewinsky, the statement that there was no sex of any kind, in any manner, shape, or form with President Clinton was an utterly false statement. Is that correct?
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Yes.
If is means is and never has been, that is not that's one thing. If it means there is none, that was a completely true statement. But as I have testified, I'd like to testify again. It is somewhat unusual for a client to be.
Depends on what your definition of is. It's going to be very interesting. We'll be watching. Everyone's going to be popping popcorn. And remember what Cindy McCain said. They all knew.
In plain sight. Epstein was hiding in plain sight. We all knew about him. We all knew what he was doing. But we had no one that was, legal aspect that would go after him. They were afraid of him. For whatever reason, they were.
For whatever reason. Well, we're about to find out why they were afraid of him. Way to go. House Oversight, Republicans. Get rocking and rolling. People are behind you. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe to see Bill and Hillary Clinton testify about Epstein live. Wild ball. See ya.